Jason Bennett back from Popcorn HQ. It's another edition of Pants Optional. It's our Zoom interview segment where we chat with comic book creators about their latest projects and get the lowdown from the waist up. Today, I'm joined by Josef Yohannes, the creator of the Eritrean Norwegian series, The Urban Legend. It's an homage to Malcolm X, nods to Nelson Mandela, about a Black superhero who uses martial arts to fight street crime, and it'll be making its U.S. debut on March 9th on Amazon Kindle. Please welcome my guest, Josef Yohannes. Josef, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'll put in some applause, sure. like there's an audience. Hey man, I love on my research and looking over the review copy. I watched the 2012 appearance by you at San Diego Comic-Con where you're pitching it, and I love to see the excitement on how they got right back to you. Hey, we'll definitely see you. Let's schedule something tomorrow. And then they came down and it was nice to see that response, in pitching your comic. And there's a real relatability with the urban legend, not had by many superheroes, where he's not an alien, he's not a mutant, he's not bitten by a radioactive spider or whatever. He's a man of the people. His heroism and character is defined by his actions and being the source of inspiration for many around the world. I mean, would you say that's fairly accurate?
Oh yes, very accurate. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Well, tell us about your main character, who his name is a nod and to both, like I said, Malcolm X and Nelson Mandela. Kind of give us a little backstory of the character, and kind of let us know a little bit more about the urban legend story.
Oh, cool. Okay. I wanted to create a very human superhero. I think a lot of the other superheroes, like you see the mainstream superheroes within Marvel and DC Comics, have kind of lost their touch with what a real superhero is supposed to be. So I want to create a really human superhero that can really give the voiceless a voice and stand up for the people, can stand up for themselves and be a man of the people, basically. And I want to be like an everyday man. He works as a teacher. I kind of based him a little bit on myself because I always also used to work as a teacher. And then I named him after my role models, my idols, basically, my Malcolm X, my father, and Nelson Mandela. So I named him Malcolm T. Madiba. Malcolm for Malcolm X, T for Tsaigai, which is also my middle name. And Madiba is Nelson Mandela's African name, basically. So yeah, you see a very human superhero. You see him really fight for the downtrodden, and he really is different from all the other superheroes. And you see him as a global superhero because you see him in Japan, you see him in China, you see him in Norway, you see him all over the world, basically. He's not just stuck in one certain area.
Yeah, and that was kind of neat too, that he's not a hero for this city or this region, that he's taking it wherever injustice is. Really, he's this global global entity who's not only trying to make things right, but doing what's right to produce kind of a better world, in essence, all around, and just a more positive and just getting that negativity out. And there's a lot of empathy in it too, because this isn't just a character who's just a Black superhero that looks like me. It's more of who he is on the inside. It's who it makes him him. Exactly. It's his life struggles through this, his experiences, that the relatability in him encountering and dealing with a lot of issues that most people encounter, and definitely underprivileged, underrepresented individuals too. So, and that's really seemed to really stand out to me with the urban legend.
Oh, thank you, because that was really what I really tried to acknowledge with that superhero, that he really takes you on a human superhero journey where you see him kind of loses, the more he goes into the role as a superhero, the more he loses identity. You see him become homeless, you see him lose his job, you see he really doubts himself, that he didn't know that becoming a superhero and protecting the people comes with a price, and that's a very expensive price, and it does something to him as a human being, basically. And that's why I think really people can relate to him from all over the world, because he has a really lot of human traits with him in him that people can relate to.
Right.
And I'm really happy to have been able to do that with this character that I've created.
And it's not just him either. If you know, we're going to plug all your social media and website info, it, you can easily spend an hour on your website alone learning about this. You have this massive cast of characters,
Oh yeah.
just and very defined looks to them too, where you know who this is, and they're very memorable, and great backstories all around as well. Which are some of your favorite characters in this series to write that maybe you get excited to, you know, throw some lines their way?
I like La Madrina, which is a villain, female villain. It's La Madrina means godmother in Spanish. She's the
Okay.
one that really spent a lot of time on developing as a character. I always think it's fun to have her in the series, because I always have fun with creating scenes, dialogues, and situations, and so on. And also I like Young Evil, the character that you see in the first few issues. And there's so many other characters. I also like the characters that are in the Chinese issue and in the Japanese issue, which is our issues 5 and 6 of season 1, basically. But yeah,
Okay.
it's a lot of fun to create. But I also want to Malcolm's 2 best friends are actually based on my 2 best friends that are no longer with me anymore. So it's kind of like a
Okay.
tribute to them. The one died in a car accident. His name is
Okay.
Martin. The other name is Marco. He died of a disease. So it's a tribute to them. So they are the superheroes' best friends in the series. So
It's a great way to memorialize them and you know, shed a light on the type of people they were to, you know, in life as well as to you. So that's, you know, hats off to you on that. Um, Tell us a little bit about your creative team. I know you have
oh, yeah, definitely.
New Tasty on color or art and letters, and you've worked with a couple of different colors in the series. What do each of these creative team members really bring out in your vision for the urban legend?
First, I have to give a huge shout out to New Tasty, the artist. He's the one that's been doing all the art on Urban Legend from day one. He's based out of Birmingham in UK, United Kingdom. And he's just been with me from the start, and he just took it to a whole nother level. And I don't think I would have achieved that much success that I achieved without his input and his guidance, basically, because he's a very established, very known artist. And to have him and say, yes, I want to be part of this meant a lot to me, basically. And then I had a few colorists, Juan Moraga Gonzalez. He did the first 2 issues, and then Sarah Masha Jewski, which did an incredible job on the rest of the issues, coloring it. So that was great. And also my business partner called Sajid Mali, who's been from the start, who's also had a tremendous input in all of this. So it's been a good team. It's a very good, dynamic, tight team, which really is more
Everyone on the same page, real cohesive.
Oh yeah, definitely. They understand my vision, and they understand what I wanted to, my message, and so on. So it makes it fun and goes smoothly, and it's just great. Yeah, I can't complain.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And for those that don't know, Joseph's book, he had a first season. It contained 8 issues in it. The second
Yeah.
season, an additional 6. There's a third season. Oh, nice. It's hardcover.
Yeah, it came out in Norway. So this is the first book, 8 issues. So you have the 8 first issues here,
And
then
that's a huge book to have.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, and here in the States, it's 3 to 5 issues. It usually is your first collection.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a lot smaller. So when I saw 8 and then like 6 on season 2 and a number of issues in season 3.
Yeah, and this is season 3. And
nice.
These 2 books were nominated for Youth Book of the Year in Norway, but unfortunately we didn't win, but it was nominated. And
That's still great recognition.
Well, thank you. So this is 9 issues, and now we are ready to come out with a new season book 4, which is coming out later this year, which will contain 8 new issues, basically. So
Awesome. And I noticed too, you had like 5 special edition books, which had
Oh,
a
is that?
lot of dealing with a lot of issues, with like climate and human rights and Ebola, anti-bullying, a lot of these,
Yeah.
real world human issues that
Ah,
people deal with, which is great to see that human aspect. I think with, like you said, with making this superhero who is more human.
definitely. I think as a superhero creator, creating the urban legend is my responsible as a human being to not just make the world a better place within this universe I've created, but also in the real world where we live in, where we inspire people, we lift them up, we educate them, and we try to protect them by giving them knowledge that can help them survive or make it through a hard day, basically. And that's why from day one, I always want to do social issues that talks about social issues that are very important to people. So we did special topics with it. We did like you mentioned, Ebola, anti-bullying. We did climate. We did skin disorder. We just finished one about first aid, teaching kids about first aid.
I
And
think I saw
we did,
something about coronavirus too.
oh
Have
yeah,
you?
we did a little strip about that. And then we also
Yeah, I
did
saw.
uh, we did a police brutality issue also. I think I got it right here someplace. I got it in my bag, actually. Yeah, right here. Sorry. So we
Hanging
did a
over.
police brutality issue also. This is coming out next year, not later this year, basically. Sorry, it's not here. It's a little bit messy. I'm sorry.
Your book seen remarkable success, in your part of the world in 2013. You're reaching that digital publishing deal with USA Today. I'm very excited for this rollout here. Do you have any plans of developing print issues to market in the States? Or is that something maybe you're waiting to see how this digital rollout goes?
Definitely. We just signed
Because
with a
I know your first one you like sold out, right? When your original print issues that you sold in Norway.
Oh yeah. It's sold. That's been a huge success here in Norway. All 3 books actually. So that's really cool. It gives me confidence. It motivates me more, and
Yeah.
really, it came out in 2013 as a strip in USA Today. But we just had like 2 free issues. So I thought, you know what, I need to create more content before I really go out with the urban legend in the US. So now we have 40 issues. So we have a huge catalog right now. So now I think it's the best time to come out with the urban legend, basically. But yeah, we definitely want to come out with a printed version, a printed book like we've done in Norway. And I think that coming out with a digital issue, coming out with digital issues is the best way to kind of start the whole thing off. I think so.
And speaking on that, how will the issues be rolling out digitally? Like I said, there's a number of issues. I also saw your Amazon page where you can get apparel, posters, accessories related to the urban legend. Once the urban legend is debuts here in the United States, will they be available on your comics page of the Amazon shop as well, or
yeah,
are they specific? I mean, how's okay?
Definitely.
Because I saw that spot empty, so I'm figuring I was like, well, maybe that's just waiting for the actual.
Oh yeah,
release.
it will definitely be there. Definitely. So we're just getting ready to launch. It's very exciting, and I hope it will be well received in the US. Yeah, I really hope so.
I definitely think so. Like I said earlier, this is a phenomenal book, a series. It's so much more than just a black superhero comic book. It's being the voice for the oppressed and the marginalized, being a symbol to encourage and empower. It's that show of empathy from a superhero who's faced the same trials, a source of motivation and inspiration. I mean, it's such a positive story and just kind of just all around project, and it really needs to be seen not only here in the States but around the world in a much greater capacity to have a story like that getting out there and continuing to build on that message and to make a difference and make things better. And we
Definitely. And
yeah.
that's my proudest achievement with the urban legend, is that it's part of school curriculum in Norway, South Africa, Kenya, Eritrea, Brazil, and a few schools in Canada. Yeah, so that's really cool to get the urban legend out with these special social issues. So it's really cool to kind of educate the future generation and teach them values and teach them how to be a superhero. It's easy. Just stand for something positive.
Yeah, it's great. And I love everything you're doing. It's fabulous from top to bottom. And I wish you continued success with the urban legend and hopefully big things coming with its release here in the US. And maybe you start getting some print copies going around and all that stuff. So, hey, thank you, Joseph, for taking the time. Everyone go out and look for the urban legend. It's Josef Yohannes, a hit series that's coming to the United States in digital format on Amazon Kindle on March 9th. Joseph, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with me. I'm excited for your book to get released. I can't wait for all the people who are going to be flocking to it.
So thank you, sir. Thank you.